at Mothers is help people engage their community and kind of redirect that energy from traditional block walk methods into a neighbor to neighbor program. And Ramona Thompson, who's been doing amazing work in Denton, is working to help us with that program. Ramona has done a tremendous amount of work doing voter engagement and voter organizing. Ramona, can you tell us a little bit about what your Blue Neighbor program has encompassed and how you hope to expand that across the state of Texas?
Yes, I'm happy to do that. So let me ask you all, how many of you have ever felt isolated and alone as a Texas Democrat? I know that when I first moved into my neighborhood 10 years ago, the first Democratic neighbor I found was a year later on a Caribbean cruise. I was operating in the world of red. I was used to that. I had, on my career, learned to keep my head down if I wanted to succeed. So I wasn't really, my head was not up. I was not there for people to find. But on the cruise, sure enough, I found a Democratic neighbor, and we were so overjoyed to find each other. We came home from that cruise and we put a group together that still exists today with monthly meetings, activities, and a mailing list of nearly 1,000. And I began to experience what it's like not to be afraid. So we give each other strength and encouragement, information, and a sense of belonging. And who wouldn't want that? That's pretty hard to find in Texas sometimes for us Democrats. Now, I want you to imagine that you open your front door to go out and get your mail or your paper, and when you open the door, a card drops. You pick it up and you read it. Here's what it says. Greetings. I'm your neighbor, and I'm reaching out to introduce myself to you. Mothers for Democracy is creating a Blue Neighbor Network to connect us all together. I'm inviting you to be part of the biggest Democratic outreach in recent years. And as your neighbor, I want to get to know you. As you know, the stakes couldn't be higher. Flip me over. So you flip the card over, and there's a handwritten note that says, "Hi, Jane, I'm Ramona Thompson, and I'm a blue dot in a red sea. I think you might be too. Would you like to get together for coffee?" Or whatever. Leave your phone, your email. So if you got that card, how long would it be before you picked up the phone and called that person? Would you be excited? So we are finding with this program that people are so excited to be contacted, and it's really energizing to talk to them. They are excited, you're excited. All of a sudden, we have community. Once you begin to build your network of blue dots, you can begin to make a real impact on the election for all of the reasons that we've already talked about on this call. Here is the point. Having worked in politics since 1972, I've learned that one very important fact is that most people do not nerd out on politics like I do. Many people don't vote because they either don't know that there is an election, believe it or not, they don't know when, they don't know where, and they almost certainly don't know who they should vote for in most elections. Presidentials, most people have it figured out, but they might not know the lower ballot candidates. It takes time to research issues and candidates. And who among us has not gone into the voting booth, not having done our research, and found ourselves choosing a candidate based on how the name sounds or whether it's a female, or abandoning our ballot after voting for the top of the ticket and then leaving the rest blank because we don't want to make a mistake? The Blue Neighbor Network is the answer. We plan to give every Blue neighbor access to a trusted resource who will be their go-to for all election-related information. This person will be the one who reaches out to them for social gatherings with other Democratic friends, and it will be someone they know and trust. And organically, this person will become their trusted resource, someone they can count on to give them information they need to make an informed decision and get themselves to the polls. The fact is, in Texas, the voting percentage, as we've discussed, was about 46% in 2022. So if you think that through, that means the non-voters decided the election for Abbott. It turns out, actually, that another huge reason people don't vote is because they think their vote doesn't count. The way the state is gerrymandered means people have lost their voices and they no longer feel they're part of the decision making. So that helps extremists in Austin do extreme things, and folks just begin to tune out. They begin to feel helpless and hopeless. So why bother stressing about it? I just don't like politics. But of course, that's absolutely not the case. The antidote for despair is not disengagement, it's action. Engaged action will perk you right up, especially if you're doing it with buddies. And if we can believe and make our neighbors believe that our vote absolutely does count, then we can shake up this election big time. One beautiful part of the Blue Neighbor Network is it's a lot of people, each doing just a little bit. You can help by signing up at the link that we have. I think it's in the chat now, and we will reach out to you with details. This is something that every one of us can do. Spark your fire for democracy in someone else. And wouldn't you like to make some new blue friends? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ramona. You are doing amazing work.